So in this video, I'm going to talk about inner guidance, right? And I'm going to show you how social media, society, and your culture could be making you stupid, right? So what is inner guidance? Inner guidance is this deep knowing or a deep feeling that you get to do something or not to do something or to make a particular decision. It's like something you feel within your heart, within your soul. Like sometimes people call it the inner voice or intuition. It's like a nudge you get or like a deep knowing about something or some issue without any explanation, right? And this voice, your inner voice or your inner guidance, it's fearless. It doesn't have insecurities. This voice, it's calm. Um, it love itself. It love others, and well, it could be referred to like your intuition or like a gut feeling, right? So that's the inner guidance. And we lose touch with our intuition, our inner guidance, as we go through our journey in life. So most of us have been like disconnected from our inner voice as we go through our life, as we grow up, because we take on and we accept and we believe all the information that we get from our parents or caregivers or teachers, educators, leaders, family members, friends. We just accept it and we just believe the information that they give to us. And that could drown out your inner voice, your inner guidance, right? It drowns out your intuition because you're hearing their ideas, you're hearing their opinions, you're hearing their beliefs, you're hearing their perspectives. And we just automatically, some of us, we just automatically accept all of this information without really investigating. Like, if it's true, if it's accurate, we just accept it without thinking about if it's the truth, right? And also, we we have a culture, and we grow up and we think automatically think culture is right. We think what society is, the information that society is giving us is right, and they're just your culture and society are just giving you information to like help you fit in and to just protect you from the hard truths of life. Basically, that's what I see, and that is how your inner guidance gets drowned out or just gets stifled, right? Social media, of course, also is a big influence drowning out your intuition, drowning out your inner guidance, right? And your inner guidance is the small voice inside of you that know the truth about things, right? Sometimes we honor it, and sometimes we, most of the time, we just ignore it, or even worse, we will just push it away and use logic, right? We ignore it because we ignore our inner guidance because we are thinking about what people are saying about us, how people think we should act, how people say that we should think, or we just want to follow the norms of society and our culture and we just ignore our inner voice, right? And your inner guidance, your inner voice, it informs you about whether your thoughts, your words, your actions are in alignment with you and with the flow of your life, right? And it's most of the time, it have almost always, it has your best interest, right? Your inner guidance could tell you if people are manipulating you, if they are lying, if they are trying to scam you, if they are cheating, if they are ripping you off, if they're taking you for granted, if they're disrespecting you, if they're treating you like shit, or if they are full of shit. Your inner guidance will tell you, will give you a nudge, right? Your inner guidance will tell you the truth about almost every situation or any type of encounter you get, right? However, it's not easy to follow your inner guidance. I'm not saying when you follow your inner guidance, everything is going to be okay or everything is going to be good, or no. Sometimes it puts you through a rite of passage, right? And a rite of passage is like a beginning or a ending of a phase in your life, right? So a rite of passage could be um, you end a career, you change your field of study, you change school, you leave your parents' house, you have a baby, you get a divorce, or you break up, um, anything really. You're more religious now, you want to be a leader, you decide to be spiritual, anything, you get married, whatever. That's like rite of passage, right? So I'm saying that following your inner guidance could put you through these like changes in your life. And it's not easy. You could get big changes, it could be really uncomfortable and challenging, and it creates a lot of obstacles and new issues and new battles in your life. So I'm not saying that following your intuition and your inner guidance is going to be all good, right? So it's important to um, to follow your inner guidance, to be in touch with your inner guidance, right? And I'll give an example. Growing up, for me, people would say, "Oh, you're so shy," or "You're so timid," or "You're so quiet." And yeah, when I was really young, I would believe that. But then when I grew up, when I follow my inner guidance and I get in touch with my inner knowing and inner wisdom, I just know like I choose who I want to talk to, right? I choose who I want to open up to. I choose who I want to be friends with, right? Um, People label me as an introvert. Well, I think that I could be introvert or extrovert depending on what I choose, right? So growing up, I was with my friends. I'm not an introvert. I could choose to be introverted in different situations, right? So people telling me I'm shy and I'm introvert, that might not be true. But my inner guidance know that I could be an introvert, I could be extrovert, whenever I please. I have a YouTube channel. I talk for an hour. I could talk for many hours. I don't think an introvert could do that, right? Or would be comfortable doing that and talking about all these like uncomfortable, difficult topics, right? Growing up, maybe I was led to business, office administration, and so on. And yeah, teachers, family members, elders, whoever, they had influenced me to go and like try to do business administration or whatever. Anything I do, anything I practice, I become good at. And I was good at it, but I did not like it. So I switched to sports, which I enjoyed and which I like. So if I had listened to my inner guidance or my intuition, I would never choose office administration in the first place, you know? So that's just like an example. Sometimes you could just get messages or just information coming to you. You know, maybe society said, um, getting a degree could make you happy. Getting a promotion could make you happy. Having a high status job could make you happy. Getting married make you happy. Having kids make you happy. And yes, these things could make some people happy or whatever, but these things might not make you happy. These things might not be for you. And that is where intuition and your inner guidance could come in, right? Anyways, it's important to have inner guidance. And one of the first reasons why inner guidance is important is you get to know what is really meaningful to you, what is valuable to you, and what is important to you. It helps you to build an honest life, right? Because you will be receiving messages from your intuition about what your career should be, how much what your saving should be, what you should invest in, like how your lifestyle should be. Should you have a more healthy lifestyle, or should you fix this relationship, or should you go to this social event or whatever. You just get to hear your inner voice telling you what you should do. So you get to trust your own knowledge, you trust your inner knowing, you trust your innate wisdom. I believe people are born with innate wisdom and inner knowledge, right? So when you get in touch with your inner guidance, you will get to form a more honest life, right? Because when you block out all the information from culture, society, social media, you get to hear the voice inside telling you what to do and where to go, right? So your life would be more honest. You could know what you really like, you could know who you really like, you could know who you really love, you could know what you really like to do, who you like to be with. You would know what your goals should really be, right? You do things that you love, you will do things that you genuinely want to do, not what society says you should do, or not what your family, friends, whoever say you should do. You do the things that keep you grounded, you do the things that make you fulfilled and satisfied, right? You would be around people you genuinely want to be around. You would be in places that really uplift you, that you actually like, and that make you feel good, right? And this would equal to, better health, more peace in your life, and more opportunities to be happy and to be successful, because you're in touch with your inner guidance. You know what to do, you know what decision you should make, you know where you want to go, you know where you want to be, you know who you want to talk to, you know who you love, you know many things, right? You don't go where society say you should go, or where your culture say you should go. Like, you have your inner guidance, right? The next reason why having inner guidance and being in touch with your inner guidance is important is you get to tap into your creative side more often, and you get to inspire yourself. You don't let people or society or your culture define who you are, or tell you what you are, or what you should be doing, or what you are capable of. You would be more open. You would know all of this information for yourself. It would just come to you automatically. And this would also make you more open to different types of people, to different types of hobbies, to explore different cultures, you would explore more different religions. You will be more open-minded. You will listen to different music. You'll be in more productive events. You could gain more skills in whatever you want. You explore different foods. You'll be more open-minded and creative, right? And you could inspire yourself, and you could have a clearer mind to see the direction where you want to go. The other reason why inner guidance is important is because you could become more aware of your potential, and you would have, like, you're more aware of your potential to make changes in life. You're not scared to make changes in life. So you would see your true talents. Because you're getting messages. You're hearing them communicate. Your inner voice is telling you what your talents are, what your capabilities are. You see and hear the truth about everything and everyone. You start to develop, and this will help you and guide you to develop a lifestyle of clarity, a lifestyle of transparency. You start to have consideration for yourself and for other people, right? You start to care more. You will actually start to care more, because you're hearing your inner voice is telling you the truth about everything. So you would care more about your family, you care more about your relationship, you care more about your business, you care more about your career. You would be willing and more capable to overcome misunderstandings, right? Because you can see people for who they really are. start to have integrity and a better life in all parts of your life, right? Another reason why inner guidance is important is you'll be more open to healing. You'll be more, you want to be a better person automatically. You would realize um, the real issues you have in your life are you would be more willing to transform yourself and transform your life. You will just gain more clarity on different situations or different issues where you can change your behavior. You'll be more honest in terms of trying to fix relationships, being better at your job, overcoming like overeating, smoking, drinking. You could do all of this. You could stop lying. You could stop cheating. You could stop being sneaky. Many things if you just get in touch with your inner guidance, because you will be getting that voice will be telling you what you need to work on, what you need to do. So when you stop distracting yourself with social media and partying and shopping and promiscuity, you actually would face your fears and you will deal with all your emotional baggage, trauma, weaknesses, shortcomings, mistakes, and you will forgive yourself and you will forgive people really easily. Being in touch with your inner guidance help you to take off your mask, to see your true self, to see people for who they really are, to see things for what they really are, because you are hearing your inner voice telling you what's wrong with you and what you need to do to work on yourself and what you need to do, what you need to leave behind, right? You forgive others, you have compassion for them, and you would also identify your limiting beliefs. Your limiting beliefs that you had picked up from your parents and your caregivers and your teachers and leaders and influencers and society and your culture. You will destroy all of this and you will start to activate your true potential. You will come to grips with your childhood, with your past experiences, could be romantic experiences, and you reframe all of them and you put them in perspective and you learn and you grow from all of them, because you will have your inner guidance telling you what's wrong with you, what you need to do, right? Because your intuition will be guiding you and leading you to improve yourself by showing you your flaws and telling you exactly what you need to do, right? So that is why getting in touch with your inner guidance is important. So how to reconnect with your inner guidance? Well, one of the first things you could do is meditate. Meditate, you could just basically do nothing. Don't listen to anything, be in silence, just be in the present moment, relax. You could listen to subliminals to relax, to relieve stress, to calm your mind, to release tension, just to quiet your mind, right? And just be in silence and meditate. That could help you to get in touch with your intuition and your inner guidance, right? The next thing you could do to reconnect with your inner guidance is to take time to introspect, to reflect and to think deeply about things for yourself and to develop your own ideas, your own thoughts, your own perspective, your own opinions on different things. Create your own philosophy of life and stop looking outside for answers to everything. That's another way you reconnect with your inner guidance, right? The next way is just learn to have good judgment or just be discerning. Like, go with the feeling that you get, or just go with your intuition, your inner guidance, that inner voice. Whatever it tells you to do, you just do it without thinking or trying to just do what your inner guidance is telling you to do. There might not be any logic to it, but if you commit to listening to your inner guidance, you will get more in touch and reconnect with it. Just make the decision. Just choose what your inner guidance is telling you to do. Just listen to your inner knowing. Just listen to your inner wisdom. And that will help you to reconnect with your inner guidance, right? The next thing, the fourth thing, is to stop taking in so much information from the outside world. So today we're always overloading ourselves with information. We're always researching. We're always reading a book. We're always listening to podcasts. We're always watching TV. We're watching YouTube videos. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Netflix. We're listening to radio. We're listening to our favorite influencers or whatever. We're watching news. Some people watch news. Some people are addicted to news. They watch news wholly, right? What you should do to reconnect with your inner guidance is just to take a break from social media, the internet, right? Stop taking in so much information. Like, take a break from social media, right? I took a, well, not fully, but I took a month off social media. Not fully, but it's like a month of, I'm not really researching that much. I'm not watching so much content on YouTube. I'm not on Instagram so much. I'm not on Facebook so much. I just, most of the time, for the whole of, I think, January, yes, I was just listening to subliminals, or I just listened to nothing, right? And that will really help you to reconnect with your intuition, and you actually become more intelligent when you just take a break from listening to what everybody else is saying, right? And I will just give a quick scenario. I like I like to listen to the different perspectives, right? And I've been researching relationships for, like, I don't know, maybe 3 years, could be 3 years. And if you're on YouTube or whatever right now, you would see that men are men are talking about their experiences with women. Men are more outspoken about talking about relationships and their relation with women. So they are giving their perspectives. And I was kind of happy to see men being outspoken and talking about their ideas, their opinion, their perspective, or whatever, because most of the time, men do not talk and do not share much about relationship and women, and like what they think, their opinion or their perspective. So I was kind of happy to see that men are talking about the issues they have with women and what women could do to have a better relationship with them, right? Because obviously growing up I see men don't really talk, they don't express themselves very often. So I was just glad to see, wow, there's men are feeling really safe right now to talk, and they have a space to express their views. So I encountered this space on YouTube, which is called, like, I don't really exactly know how to describe what I'm saying, but it's called like the manosphere, right? And this deals with topics like, are not really topics, but concepts that deals with red pill, blue pill, black pill, or it's just, there's this online ideology where men are just expressing themselves, right? And I've been listening to this for, like, I think maybe 2 years, maybe 2 years or whatever. But I've been listening to this recently, and I was listening to this podcast one moment, and then it's a channel that I'm subscribed to. I always used to be like so excited and ready to listen. Every Thursday night I would, you know, go on this channel to listen to these people talk about relationship and so on. And just a man just said something that just really, like, caused me to just unsubscribe and just stop listening all of these online ideologies, or these websites, or blogs, or whatever, YouTube videos, people doing podcasts. I just stopped listening to it when a man said his wife is replaceable, right? And I believe that he is with his wife for, like, I think more than 17 years, and I didn't unsubscribe or stop watching these particular things just because he said his wife is replaceable. that was just like the moment when like my inner guidance is saying you should stop watch these things, right? And I did a whole I did a summary for myself about what these men are really saying, you know, the manosphere or whatever. And what I come up with, if I like to summarize things and just talk plain and straight and be frank and direct about certain things. So in a nutshell, what these men are really saying when you talk about red pill, black, whatever pill color, and the whole manosphere and men are expressing, is just basically these men see women as hoes, as sluts, as liars, as bitches, as sex objects, and that women are unfaithful, they are disloyal, they are cheaters, they are dumb, they are stupid, they are children, they cannot, they are replaceable, and they are manipulative, and that they should be manipulative, and that they're extremely emotional until they can't make a decision. And basically, the main value of women is their sexual purity and their appearance and their submissiveness. So that's in a nutshell what I gathered from listening to many podcasts, right? And women should be traditional, they should cook, they should clean, they should take care of kids and basically just be a housewife, which is that's not a problem if the woman want to be that. If the woman want to be that and the man agree, whatever. But I'm just saying this to say that, you know, even many months of watching this, I will hear my inner guidance say, like, that's wrong, that is not true, that is not the best way to think. I would just hear a message and I would just ignore it and just listen, you know, because it's, you know, they're trying to use logic and trying to figure many things out, right? And for example, today in society, you need two incomes to like raise a child, right? So most of the time, mother and father will be working. So when you hear about this traditional thing and women should stay at home, like that's not like in real life, that is not really happening, right? So I'm just saying this to like sometimes online. Sometimes I tell myself, what is going on online? What is going on in social media is not real. All it is like most of it is like it's not real. It's not real life, right? And I'm just saying this to say that if people, especially men who's watching this, they could be unconsciously brainwashed to hate women. And women who are watching this could think that they are less valuable by consuming all of this content, right? And basically, men who are involved in this manosphere or whatever, they hate women. And that is really weird because as a man, you are horny and you need sex, and how could you hate a woman when you need sex from her? That's just really weird, and I just can't understand that. That's just weird. To hate someone who you need sex from, that's really crazy, that's really weird. When I think about that, this just don't make sense. So I don't watch, I haven't watched anything for women about men talking about women and red pill and blue pill, black pill, I don't know, whatever, color pill. I haven't been watching that for like a whole month and it's been like amazing, right? So that's just an example of my inner guidance just tapping in and saying like you should stop watching these things. They hate women, basically, right? And I create my own, what to say, I have a little perspective on men today, or a little solution, or I have my own understanding of what, I have a little piece of, I would say a little piece of understanding of what's going on, right? So I would just say that I'm not talking for all men or all women, okay? This is just my perspective. Women today, just to get off topic, Woman create, well, it's not really off topic, but sometimes you need to create your own perspective and you need to have your own opinion and your own idea, and you need to reason out things for yourself, right? Yes, you could hear other perspective, great. But what I've come up with is that women today are just expecting more from a man, right? Women today are just, they are expecting more than just a man to provide and protect, right? Healthy woman, normal, healthy woman who wants to be in a relationship and who wants to get married, like wants to be in a serious commitment, right? So they want more than just protection and to provide, which is great and which is important. Not downplaying that, but women today actually want men to be emotionally available, right? They want men, when I say emotionally available, which I've talked about in many videos before on this channel. Women want men who are emotionally available, who can have a real conversation, who can share their emotions, who can talk about their desires, who openly can talk about their expectations, and who could actually talk about their past, talk about the mistakes they made in their past. And they want men, women today want men who are consistent and who are reliable, right? Who doesn't switch up on them, who doesn't suck at intimacy, who would value their time and who would value their feelings and will commit to them on a timely manner, right? Women today, they want respect. They don't want to be taken for granted. They don't want to be treated poorly. They don't want to be treated like they're disposable. They don't want to be lied to. They don't want to be cheated on. Women today, if you cheat and if you lie once, they are out. Women today are just, I feel, are just expecting more from men. Healthy women who want a relationship or marriage or serious commitment, right? They want men to have communication skills, right? They want a man who is not cut off, who is not. They don't want a man who is cold, cut off, stoic, standoffish, bottles up everything, sneaky, hide things. Like, they don't want that. They want somebody who could communicate, who could effectively communicate their feelings, their opinions, and their expectations of what they want. And some men just fail to do that because, I don't know, they fear rejection, they could fear upsetting their partner. I don't know. They could fear, they don't want to get misunderstood. I don't know, but I could see like men have communication problems, and you need to communicate to actually get to know what somebody like, what somebody don't like, what their values are, what is their love language. Women want somebody who are open, who could be honest. They don't want somebody who's aggressive. They want to be like, they want the man to talk to them in a good way, have a good tone of voice, have good body language when they're talking to them. Not someone who busts up feelings, who push things under the rug, who ignore them, who's defensive when you bring up an issue, you bring up a problem. They want to be defensive. They refuse to apologize. They lack forgiveness. They don't compromise. There are men out there, they don't attempt to connect. They assume they know what the woman is feeling, what the woman is thinking. Like, they have communication skills problem and like lack emotional intelligence. And some men, they just avoid resolving conflict, and that cause problems. They don't own up to their mistakes also. And all of that is communication skills. So women today, they want you to be emotionally available. They want respect. They want you to have communication skills. They want you to have integrity, which is a big one. They want you to be, it's just like if I'm talking about just being a good human being, to be honest, to have a good character, just to be a good person. That's what women want. Somebody they could trust, somebody who keep their word, somebody who walk the talk, somebody who doesn't lie, they don't cheat, they have integrity, don't manipulate. Somebody who they could trust, right? Women today want a man with patience, compassion, and empathy. A man who could show that they actually care, who could show that they actually concerned about her, about the family, who maybe you might have struggled with empathy, but you could like sympathize with what she's going through or whatever. right? They want a space where they could feel like they could open up and they could trust this man and they could understand our point of view. That is what I come up with. Women actually just want men to just improve themselves and just be a better human being, right? Men just need to work on themselves and be a better human being. Basically, yeah, be an all-rounded better human being who knows how to communicate, who have patience, who have integrity, who have respect. These are normal values of all human beings. And yes, obviously, women have work to do too. But I'm talking from my perspective and what I've been watching, mainly on YouTube. And that is what I've come up with. Women are just healthy women who want marriage, who want a serious commitment. They want more from a man than just provide and protect. And if they don't get that, they are just like, they are just leaving, right? So, anyways, how to know if it's your mind or if it's your inner guidance talking? Because we could kind of get confused, especially if you just start to trying to tap into your intuition, for the first time after many years. So, if it's your mind give lists, your mind give pros and cons, your mind give advantage, disadvantage. Your mind is logical. Your mind tries to reason out things using logic. Your mind is adding and minusing. Your mind feel heavy like it's work, right? And your inner guidance is just light, no explanation, carefree. Yeah, that's it. That's your inner guidance. But your mind will give you advantage, disadvantage, reasoning out, plus, minus, pros. Your mind is like working things out. Your inner guidance is like, you should do this, and there's no explanation, right? Your inner guidance give you a subtle like nudge, and your inner guidance is more like carefree and joyful and like uplifting and more inspiring. Kind of excited sometimes. You could feel excited, right? Your inner guidance comes from nowhere, and it's illogical, it's irrational, and it just don't make sense. It lacks sense. There's no explanation. It doesn't make sense. That's your inner guidance. Yeah. Most of the time, there's no some reasoning. It's just absurd, and you just wonder like, what are you seeing? But that's your inner guidance. When it's irrational, there's no explanation. It's like illogical. That's your inner guidance, right? And I must say again, it doesn't mean that you are going to that you're not going to meet obstacles, that you're not going to meet challenges. You probably will meet more challenges and more obstacles if you follow your inner guidance. But that's what it seems to me, right? So, just going to wrap up this video. So we were talking about inner guidance, and I just think like growing up, society, social media, TV, radio, especially when I was young, listening to radio, even today, it's really like, it blocks out your intuition, it blocks out your inner wisdom and your inner knowing. It's kind of like being on social media a lot, listening to radio, TV, being on Netflix, like always researching, always reading. It could block out your intelligence, if what I'm trying to say. And just consuming a lot of information, you just lose your inner guidance. That's what I'm trying to say. And eventually we just turn away from our innate wisdom and we just listen to like the inner critic. And that inner critic is formed. That inner critic, that dialogue you have in your head, that is blaming and criticizing, that came from parents, that came from family members, friends, teachers, leaders, influencers, educators, radio, social. That came from all of that. And it's like it's not your voice. It's like your society voice or your culture voice. But I'm just saying that you should get in touch with your inner wisdom, your inner guidance. And if you hear this voice criticizing you, finding fault with you, it's not from you. right? So anyways, um inner guidance is important because you get to live a more meaningful life, a more honest life, a more truthful life, um, and you get to deal with limiting beliefs. You will be more open to healing and being better. Um, you will know what's meaningful to you. You will know your true self. Yeah, you will build an honest life basically. And how to reconnect with your inner guidance? Obviously, meditate, take time alone, stop taking in information from the internet so much. Question your culture. Why are they doing this? Why are they saying this? Question your caregivers, family, friends. Just like create your own philosophy and create your own explanation for things, right? So that is all I have for this video, and I hope this video helped. And see you in your next video.